you make it to the top of the rap game, you get to live a lifestyle that most people only dream about. And today, we're breaking down the wildest, most expensive homes that rappers own. Jay-Z and Beyonce. Jay-Z and Beyonce are two of the richest artists in the world, and they proved it by breaking the record for buying the most expensive house in LA history. They paid $90 million for the mansion, but that's nothing for a billionaire couple like Jay and Beyonce. Their crib has 8 bedrooms, 11 bathrooms, a 15-car garage, and separate living area where their staff can stay. A lot of rappers ball out in dope houses, but having your own staff living on your property is a different level. There's also a private theater, 4 different swimming pools, and a basketball court. But this isn't even the only house they own. They also bought Beyonce's childhood home in Houston for $500,000, a $6.5 million loft in Tribeca, a house in Miami worth around $9 million, and probably way more real estate that fans don't even know about. When you make it to billionaire status, there's not much you can't buy. Jay and Beyonce own at least 3 mansions, but when you ballin' that hard, you probably don't even notice it in your bank account. Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys. If you're a superstar couple like Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys, you can pretty much live wherever you want. Keys is famous for Empire State of Mind, and Swiss came up in the Bronx, so fans were surprised when they decided to buy a $20 million West Coast mansion. Razor House was built by a famous architect named Wallace E. Cunningham, and its design is so crazy that it's actually what Tony Stark's crib from the Iron Man movies is styled after. It's been called an architectural masterpiece and America's coolest home, and now it belongs to 2 of the most influential artists in the game. Keys says the house is a place to create dreams and to be bold enough to dream your wildest dream. For us to even be here is a wildest dream. It turns out that Swiss had his eyes on this place for a while. He had a picture of it as his phone screensaver for 8 years, and he told Architectural Digest, "I was low-key manifesting it. When your screensaver comes to life, it's unbelievably crazy." The house is almost 11,000 square feet, and every room is full of artwork and furniture that costs more than people make in a lifetime. And in the garage downstairs, you can see a Ferrari Enzo, LaFerrari, and a Ferrari SF90 all lined up together. Owning any mansion is a dream, but Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys are living like superheroes now. Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre is a legend in the rap game who discovered huge artists like Eminem and 50 Cent, but he's even better at business than music. He started Beats by Dre, which Apple ended up buying for $3 billion back in 2014. And that same year, he celebrated the success by throwing down $40 million on a house that Tom Brady used to live in. Brady and his wife bought the land for $11 million in 2009. Then they designed the 22,000 square foot mansion and had it built for around $20 million. When they decided to move out, they put the house up for a wild $50 million. But Dre made some moves and got $10 million knocked off the bill. This place is more like a castle than a house. There's even a moat and a bridge you have to cross just to get on the property. It has 6 bedrooms, 7 fireplaces, a library, and a waterfall next to the driveway. But apparently, that still wasn't enough for Dre. The house already had a basement, but Dre built a 10,000 square foot basement below the first one and turned it into a recording studio. Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys have Iron Man's house, but Dre's place is more like a supervillain's crib. Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne spent most of 2020 locked down with his ex, Denise Bidot, in a rental house. So when Donald Trump pardoned him for his weapons charge in 2021, Wayne decided to celebrate by throwing down over $15 million on a new mansion in LA. His new place is in a gated neighborhood called Hidden Hills. The main house is over 10,000 square feet with huge bedrooms and a private theater. And it's not like Wayne can just walk into a public gym to work out, so he built a private fitness room too. Having a mansion all for yourself is cool, but when it's time to turn up, Wayne just has to call the neighbors. Drake, Dwayne Wade, and a couple of the Kardashians have their own places just down the street. The Weeknd used to live right across from Wayne's new crib, but he put his place up for sale last year for a crazy $22 million. Wayne's house also has a massive 3-acre yard, and there's horse trails all around the neighborhood. Around half the people in Hidden Hills have horses on their property, so it's like living on the most exclusive ranch in the world. Machine Gun Kelly. Machine Gun Kelly is trying to switch it up and become a rock star right now, but he started out as a rapper. And earlier this year, he balled out and bought an LA mansion worth almost $8 million. He copped the 8,000 square foot house from his homie Logan Paul back in April for $7.5 million. The original price tag was $9 million, so MGK actually ended up getting a good deal on it. There's a lot of $1 million homes in LA, but MGK's new crib is wild. It was designed by a dude named Robert Byrd in the 70s, who built some of the craziest and most expensive homes in LA. The mansion has 7 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, 4 fireplaces, and a ton of space to throw parties and show it off. The house is nuts, but everything else on the property is just as crazy. Now MGK is flexing a giant pool, a fish pond, and a huge guest house that was turned into a private gym. He's also got a new 6-car garage to park his Aston Martin, Rolls Royce, and Lambo in. Before he bought the new place, MGK was spending over 30 racks a month on a rental house for him and Megan Fox. 7.5 mil is a lot of cash, but at least now, he's not just throwing 30K a month away on rent. But if his pockets ever start getting light, at least Megan can throw around some of that Transformers money. Travis Scott. Travis Scott blew up fast and became one of the hottest rappers in the game, and now he's showing off how hard he can ball. He bought a huge mansion in LA and paid $23.5 million in cash. The house is over 16,000 square feet and was designed to look like a modern yacht, with massive balconies and an open floor plan. Travis likes to throw down, and he's got plenty of space to party. There are 7 bedrooms, 11 bathrooms, a huge theater, 2 bars, a gym, and a game room, plus a temperature-controlled wine room that fits 650 bottles. Most houses have a garage at the bottom, but Travis's crib has a 20-car garage on the roof. Below that is a 75-foot infinity pool, which has a custom speaker system so you can bump music underwater too. Travis also owns a $19.4 million mansion with Kylie Jenner in Beverly Hills. But since they split up, he obviously had to treat himself to a new crib that's even crazier than the last one. Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj went through a wild early life to become one of the biggest rappers in the game. Her dad was addicted to crack and burned her house down when she was a kid. But now, the New York Times is calling her the most influential female rapper of all time. And Nicki's able to ball out on a new house worth $10 million. According to some sources, Nicki's worth around $80 million. So even after she bought the LA mansion, her pockets definitely aren't light. Her place is in a Beverly Hills neighborhood called The Flats, which is one of the most exclusive areas in the city. She actually owns another house in Beverly Hills too, but her crib in The Flats is one of the wildest homes owned by a rapper. Nicki's husband, Kenneth Perry, and their son are the only people who live there. But this place has room for way more. It has 6 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, plus a giant guest house for people staying over. There's also a custom pool with a private spa, so Nicki can wild out and throw legit Hollywood parties. Dropping 10 mil on a house is crazy, but Nicki's definitely earned a lifestyle. She started at the bottom and fought her way to the top, and now she's living it up in one of the coolest neighborhoods in LA. Kanye West. Kanye isn't just one of the biggest rappers of all time, he's one of the biggest celebrities, period. So after Kim Kardashian and him split up, he was able to drop 4.5 mil on the house across the street from their home without even thinking about it. Kanye has been talking about getting the family back together, but an insider told the New York Post that he just bought a new house to be closer to his kids. They said it's just simple logistics so that he's close to his children and has access to them at the drop of a hat. It's a nice place with 5 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms, but it's nothing like the mansion he lived in with Kim. So now he's tearing the whole thing down and building something fresh. Ye also put down $57 million on a place in Malibu that's only 30 minutes away, but it's still under construction and won't be ready to live in for a while. Owning 2 mansions in the same area is wild, but it's also exactly the kind of craziness that Kanye is known for. Drake. A lot of rappers buy huge houses, but none of them are flexing as hard as Drake. He put a piece of property in Bridle Path back in 2016 for around $6 million, and then built one of the craziest houses in Canada on top of it. No one knows exactly how much a 35,000 square foot mansion really costs, but estimates put it above $100 million easily. Drake told the Architectural Digest, "Because I was building it in my hometown, I wanted the structure to stand firm for 100 years. It'll be one of the things I leave behind, so it had to be timeless and strong." Drake's 3,200 square foot bedroom is bigger than most people's house, and every room in the crib is stuffed with priceless artwork. Everyone knows Drake loves basketball, so he built an NBA-sized indoor court inside his house. You already know, it also has a recording studio, so Drake never has to step out of the crib. He owns a few different million-dollar properties, but his crib in his hometown is definitely the craziest owned by any rapper alive. The Toronto mansion is wild, but Drake is flexing out in California too. Back in 2015, he hopped on Future's track Where You At and said, "I'm self-made, selfish with my women, self-employed. I'll buy the neighbor's house if they complain about the noise." That's a hard line, and Drake let everyone know he wasn't capping when he threw down over $2 million to buy the neighbor's house next to a $7 million mansion in the Hidden Hills neighborhood. A lot of rappers flex how much money they have, but Drake took it to the next level with this move.